Yes, sir. We are back for November 20th. About to go over this Australian dollar charts. Talk about some analysis for this week coming forward. And we can kind of briefly go over last week to see what type of opportunities that were available and what we took advantage of. So right now I got it on the 1 hour, and let me go to the daily so we can find the beginning of last week and mark that off. 16, so it's 17, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So it's right there. Bam. So we got Friday. We had Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Okay. So let's go to the 1 hour, and then we can talk about what happened leading into Sunday, going in from last week, going into that whole week to see what kind of trades were available and kind of give us an idea what we can expect for this week. So, right there. So let's change this up right there. All right, so that's Sunday. Right here, the yellow line, this vertical line, that's Sunday. And then this was all of last week. Even though that looks very weird, but let me see. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 18th. Oh, we here Sunday. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was a week. It just looked kind of small, but this is the week. So if we know where we were coming from this week of the first week of November, pretty much, we were bullish, as you can see from that Sunday. This is Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and Sunday. So that drop right there, that was Sunday for last week. So basically, all the way into this level, we were pretty much bullish. So one can expect from certain levels, we will possibly return bullish, because we know we were from a bearish, daily situation, which we are still pretty much. Let me see. I mean, until we break above this level, we pretty much still strongly bearish. I mean, the fact that we respected this support right here, turned resistance after we broke, we're not coming up to respect that and reverse from that. So we may get some taps up into here, possibly, but unless if we close and continue going, then that bullish move that we were kind of previously seeing is, pretty much over with. So we're gonna mind. But overall, coming from April, we've been bearish. So with this return, this swing high, especially closing above this recent swing right here, we can kind of call the bulls are strong in play right now. They haven't taken over the market really until they come close above this 71.40 area, but they are in play. You can't just discount them. So with that being said, we go back to the hour. From this week, we were bullish based off of, what's that, Thursday's move. I think that was, I want to say that was interest rates or some shit that was released on that news on Thursday. Then this previous week, I'm going to call it more of a consolidating. It's kind of unsure. But, looking at what the daily did and how it's retesting up to that resistance, this consolidation could just be, prepping for sales. And we did get a lot of bearish engulfing patterns that worked out real well this past week. So we're going to go over that. But overall, we were looking for a bullish movement because last week was bullish and we were just expecting the trend to continue. That's what we're going to expect and try to reach certain levels on the daily. If you see this, after we broke above this level right here on this daily candle, all you need to be looking for is buys, for the most part. Sales will be short-lived until, we find a key level to break below. And I could say a key level I would think would be up in here. This, what's this, 65, 16, 65, 20. Up in that area, that would be a key level for price to break below. And, let me know, that bullish move that we've been experiencing these past few weeks is over with and the bears are back in action. But this little wick low, I wouldn't really call it a key level unless if it gets broken through and closed below down into this gap potentially. But I could see it getting filled and maybe kind of holding that and maybe push higher. But it has a better chance for that down at these levels because we had this consolidation box right here with resistance up here, support down here, and we get market push back up into that resistance, rejected it, and we get another push up into that resistance, rejected it, and then we get a strong push higher with the bulls. So that's letting us know that they're here, and we were basically going to resistance, this support, old support turn resistance after we broke below. That's basically what it was going to. We still have a lot of liquidity right here that we can jump up into, and that's what I think the bulls will try to reach into if we do get a push higher. And I'm just going to wait. And let's drop down to the hour and kind of break down the different moves, even though we were looking for buys, the different moves that was available and what worked out, if you were patient, because a lot of these moves happen in the London session. Let's add Scully on right quick. What's up, my boy?
What's happening, baby? For sure.
What you got?
Man, you already know it's the 35th year, bro. So I'm easy money sniper this whole year. I'm every session, man. Shout out to KD, bro.
Every session? Come on,
every
man.
session, easy money sniper. Man. That's what I'm on, man.
Come on, man.
It's gonna be a murderous.
Y'all see.
It's gonna be a murderous year, bro.
Y'all see the jersey, 35. Boy, coming off a big birthday, big 35, man. Calling them out.
Straight sniping.
Come on, man, y'all see it.
Straight sniping, pulling up. Pulling up, man. But no, man, all is well, all is great. Yeah.
Just wanted to briefly go over last week. Like I said, we was looking for buys. I was kind of talking about this week the previous week from last week that we were kind of looking at when we were talking that last Sunday, it was a bullish week after we had this on Thursday, the news, I think that was interest rate or something, inflation rate or something. I think that was on Thursday that came out with jobless claims
From last
that pushed market
the
higher.
previous week. No.
The week before, yeah, the week before last.
Okay, yeah, that was CPI.
CPI. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what pushed that higher. And then last week we're gonna talk about what we would want to look for as far as buys. We're trying to discuss about that, which buys did work out, but it was mostly if you stand back and look at it, it was kind of mostly a consolidating week. Highs were tested, lows were tested, so it was difficult for people trying to catch swings and continuations, but snipers probably ate good. So really on Sunday, I mean, it was some moves if you were sniping, catching some scalps right here, some sales right here, these engulfings going down to this level, but that wasn't a big move. That was just a little scalp. We got a nice bullish engulfing at 1 o'clock in the morning that nobody caught because it was sleep. So waking up in the morning at this 7 o'clock, you could have got into buys off of respect from this bullish engulfing. This was just a retest coming down from London to get NYC into the market, which they did. They bought with London and the market pushed higher. So it wasn't a real engulfing pattern, but it was still a good move respecting these lows that you so the fact that it didn't break below that and continue higher, you probably could have caught some buys and then tested these old highs to take profits, which eventually with the push from last week, we saw that get taken and hit real well. So that was a good situation. So if you held through all that, in the evening on Monday, I think it really wasn't nothing strong. It was just continuation for bullishness, especially after we filled this wick right here. You probably could have gotten to buys, and then when you got this 1 o'clock, actually midnight 11 o'clock Central Time, we got this bullish engulfing here. That was a nice trade. Testing these highs that easily got hit, and if you would have held, that would have been some nice pips you could have caught going into the morning, and you probably would have took out probably here, maybe this little rejection. See, these little rejections like this, I don't get scared of these anymore, especially if I got in buys from here from the previous holding and I know I had all this profit. But if I didn't take none or take some off the trade, I'm not too worried about this. The only time I'm worried about this, if I get this wick, then I'd be worried about that. But as far as if I see a rejection and we go back up, I wouldn't be worried about that candle. So over time, y'all get better with holding trades and not getting faked out of moves. But that was a good scenario. We had some more bullish continuation at 9 o'clock in the morning Central Time that didn't give you a lot of pippage, if you will. So yeah, that probably would have been a losing situation and you just would have been sitting on the sidelines until the evening. And this bearish engulfing, if you did get in, you would have easily saw that was a trade because we didn't continue. Not only did we not continue after you would have entered it, but we didn't continue on the retest to push bearish. So, even though it's coming off the highs, that would have been something to just, kind of notate, to know that after you get into these trades, work out instantly. Keep that in mind. I try to get out as soon as possible because these bearish and bullish engulfing patterns should show you signs of profit you know, within the first 30 minutes to an hour. And if they don't, then that's just some consolidation you might be entering in, and you just need to stand away. Train yourself as best as possible to stand away and just wait for the next session, wait for the next day. You got 5 days, but we're gonna talk about the days of the week too after I go over this. But nonetheless, we do have a bullish candle right here, followed by bearish engulfing at 6 in the morning, 5 a.m. Central Time. So if you would have got up and caught that move, yay to you. If not, 8 o'clock gave you multiple opportunities to get in, especially after smaller time frame. Also, 9 o'clock in the morning gave you multiple opportunities to get in. So that was a good move, rejection off of these highs, knowing that we weren't continuing bullish, especially with this being, I want to say that was like a Wednesday. Yeah, that's Wednesday. That's midweek. So we're not continuing bullish midweek. We're starting to see bearish patterns happen. So you get into those sales and you could target this low, probably ultimately this low. I mean, this low and this low right here was kind of, that's a stretch. You would want to see a structure being built up before you could try to capture any like beginning of the week lows or last week lows type shit. So this was a good target, or obviously it worked out, but nonetheless that was a good target. 67.40, you would have got in up here. 67, 69, so almost 20 pips, you know. Nice little morning. So that was a good scenario. We did get a bullish engulfing here that started to work out, but again, it turned around. So if you would have took an L, you know, hey, it happens. But that one actually didn't work out. Nonetheless, you do get another smaller, it's not the best engulfing, but it is right here, bearish engulfing here. And you can target this low, with this being equal with this low, you can target both levels and probably even the wicks. But you know, you would want to keep a tight stop on that and just monitor that, being at this late in the evening. So probably want to get out of that if possible, especially if you got another engulfing. When you get a signal like that, that's the greatest signal to get you out of trade. It don't happen all the time, but that's one of the greatest signals to get you out of a trade. If you have an opposing, you know, trend direction engulfing candle, that's a good way to get out. But nonetheless, we did get a bullish engulfing late night. You know, if you got in, yes, it did work out, but with it starting to show signs of consolidation and not strongly continuing bullish, because it wasn't continuing bullish because it wasn't taking out the highs, but it wasn't showing signs that it was like really trying to turn around bearish, because we wasn't really strongly taking these lows out. We wasn't closing below these lows until that Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Thursday morning. That's when we started to take out, you know, lows from the beginning of the week. So that's when all traders started like, okay, yeah, we are bearish now. We should be attacking all that clean traffic from the previous weeks. But as we know, you know, the market don't just shoot down like that and get everybody in these easy trades. You know, if it did, we all would be rich. So you do have to look at the higher time frames and see what areas that it can reach, that it has a higher potential to turn around. You know, especially if you in sales, what is an area where it can turn around from? Of course, this would have been a nice little target. We could see it bouncing from here, but it kind of did respect that right here, if you will, but it still continued lower and it came down to these levels. So we could look at the higher time frame and see if we can see, or look back in history to see why it stopped there. But nonetheless, we got a bearish engulfing, a nice strong bearish engulfing at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 a.m. Central Time. And with those, if you get a bearish engulfing and it's not around the time you typically, you catching that London and New York crossover, you want to step down to like the 5-15 minute and start to look for bearish engulfing patterns on that time frame to get you in that morning, especially if you don't see anything on that 1 hour, because you still going with the trend. You got high confirmation from a bearish engulfing, so those are good scenarios to get you. Don't try to counter trend that shit. Just go with the flow. Don't try to call bottoms, call tops. Let the market do what it do. And nonetheless, the steam started to die off on Friday. And here we are now on Sunday, starting to attack these lows that we saw from Thursday morning. And yeah, Friday was more so a continuation. We pushed up at this little support zone, retested that on the resistance, and turned around again, giving you more opportunities for sales Friday morning for this bearish engulfing. You had two. One here, and that, like I said, when they work, they instantly work out. That's the power of bearish engulfing. So when you got a good, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You got a good one when it's instantly working out. That's when you can sit back, relax, kick your feet up, and drink a damn Mai Tai, old fashioned, because that's what I like to drink. And yeah, that's what we are right now. I am in sales off this bearish engulfing right here, attacking these lows. So nonetheless, that's basically what happened last week. I mean, it was enough setups to get you in some good moves, but we're gonna talk about this, in depth a little bit. But I'm starting to see some patterns, and I want to discuss that with you. But I'm really after I'm seeing the same thing happen over, especially watching the same pair. I'm starting to see a lot of patterns on, and I'm talking about like not patterns as far as 1 hour patterns, but patterns like market patterns, not chart patterns. I'm starting to see market patterns, economic patterns that tend to happen, and it's real good to see, to actually notice it. But as far as for this Thursday low, like, why did it stop here? If we go back in history, we should be able to see something. I mean, we did have this situation, but I need something bigger. So we'll go to the daily. And this is that Thursday right here. Why did that wick stop here? I mean, we did get some situation right here on the daily, so I could give you that. I could give the fact that it stopped right at the high of this previous day, so that's a lot of that's some price action right there. So but going back in history, is there anything that gave us something? Yeah, there you go. Got resistance here. So tapping into, you guessed it, COVID lows. So we might be going back down to these areas if we turn around and continue bearish. But yeah, man, that's what happened last week in a nutshell, bro. But what I was saying about the economic patterns that I'm starting to see and notice is the middle of the month, it seems like your targets and the patterns of the engulfing pattern tends to work out more smoothly mid-month. Beginning of the month, you're getting a lot of choppiness. You're getting a lot of levels, big levels being taken out, with all the NFP news and probably CPI news and all that shit. Mid-month, it's gone with the flow base, and it's reaching for those old levels created by NFP and whatnot. And then the end of the month is just more so like a retest. So if the weekly stretched out, as far as it did, it'll kind of, if it needs to, create a wick, you know, throughout that last week. You know, and it may not close as a wick, but it'll give you some type of bounce back, you know, based off the weekly candle towards the end on that fourth weekly candle in the month. So I just been seeing that as we just been having these lives on Sunday, and more so in the week, uh, you see trades tend to happen very easily, and setups tend to happen very easily around Tuesday and Wednesday, and the high news of Thursday and Friday, if any, just continues in that form or whatever we saw on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm just seeing that play out every week, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I agree. So what you mean to be like beginning of the week when we have that NFP or like you said, those major um, monthly news report reports,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll kind of somewhat show the hand of the month, um,
Somewhat, yeah.
somewhat,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the following week, or following 2 weeks be a consolidation or somewhat of a retest of that initial week,
Yeah.
you know, um, and then the end of the month, those remained in 2 weeks, however you look at it, it'll kind of just fill out that monthly momentum from the beginning, or sometimes not. Sometimes it's just
Yeah, and
a
it's all based
continuing.
on where the market is.
Right,
Yeah, and where it's coming from. If it's bouncing from a strong weekly low, then yeah, you may get a very strong weekly candle, bouncing off of lows, creating a bullish weekly candle with no wick.
right.
So you won't get that pullback at the end of the month that you typically see in certain mornings. But that may happen on NFP.
Hmm.
That may happen because of NFP, because NFP come out on Friday, first week of every month.
Right.
But you may typically tend to see a strong bullish or bearish weekly candle during the NFP week.
Hmm.
Being that it comes out on Friday, and that's when the weekly candle closes. So
Gotcha.
I wouldn't be surprised of seeing that. But nonetheless, I do see, like if you look here, we had a lot of market manipulation in November, and then on Friday, right here, this is NFP creating a bullish, continuous bullishness that we see here now. Now we in midweek. We starting to see somewhat of a consolidation, and we just not starting the third week. This is, yeah, I guess you could say this is the third week. Damn, there's second 2.5 to 3.5 UL within that month. But nonetheless, we start back, and if we break these lows, it's clearing all this traffic. So what I'm trying to say is that midweek, which is this is the beginning. This is that second week, and the third week, the second and third week, you catch a lot of uh, great moves and great your pip count is very high, because if we break these lows, it should clear all this traffic out, which would call for this week to have some nice movement. I'm not saying that's going to happen, because typically I know how this market works, and it won't just break it so easily right then and there. Especially how I drew that prediction I had on Friday or Saturday. But nonetheless, this is a great indication of what a market would love to come and feel all this price in that just shot up. So I just been seeing that type of pattern week in, week out, month in, month out.
Yeah, it's been this year has been a wild ride just with everything that's been going on, but um yeah, you could definitely be able to see looking at the monthly and realizing, see, being more consistent just in the markets, whether I'm trading or not, just looking at it literally every day,
Right.
you start to realize which news events uh is going to give you a certain type of jolt. Like, not all high news events is going to give you high profits, or a big
Volatile move.
exactly.
Hmm.
So but like I said, the first one that I noticed was Thursday. Every Thursday you had that one news event that comes out.
Yeah, you did call that out. I didn't even
uh
realize that shit.
yeah.
Every
And
week, the same news event.
yes,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and then once a month on that Thursday you have the monthly, um you know
CPI,
CPI. You have inflation
interest
rate,
rate,
yeah, interest rate, I mean, on
inflation.
that same day. And you have on that
That's true. Cause
Thursday,
they all come out on Thursday.
they all come out on
Just
Thursday.
different weeks.
Yes. Yep.
That's crazy. That's true.
Yeah. So, and just looking at that over time, like you said, you'll start to, you can kind of predict, um, the movement of the market just by looking at structure and the higher time frames. Like I always, if you ever see a situation in the 1 hour, uh, time frame, you're trying to, that's how we look for our setups. That's how what I look for my setups is on the 1 hour. Now, when the one
Uh,
hour looks a bit iffy to where I'm kind of like, hopscotch, no, not hopscotch, but double dutch, kind of like, do I want to get in? I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
That's when I look at the 4 hour and the daily. And
Hmm.
then when you look at the 4 hour and the daily, then you wait for that same type of scenario, whether it be a color change or stuff like that. And
Right.
then you get your, and even better, you get rewarded because now you're waiting for a larger time frame setup because you are in a major consolidation area on the 1 hour. So if you wait
Just
and
like
be
this area
patient,
right here.
yes, that was nasty, and I
That
got
was
caught up
very
in that.
nasty.
I got caught
Facts.
up in that, but
Big
due
facts.
to getting in
Yeah,
a
but if you look
tester,
at it 4 hour,
you see what it was primed up to doing.
look at
Look at
that.
that color change, and that's a double top color change. Like, come on, man, that's
And
golden.
engulfing. That's
Yeah.
golden.
So that's like
And
three
all you had to do was
confirmations.
wait. That was what, third Wednesday morning.
Yep.
So throughout all that consolidation on the 1 hour, all this consolidation, you had to wait six right here. And this is engulfing on the 1 hour, and it closed on the 4 hour right around here and engulfed. So you could have waited for the 4 hour to close and got in right here, retest up high on the smaller time frame, catch a nice little entry, and rolled it down for the rest of the week.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. And then it gives
and
you
that's what I
multiple
call rolling
entries.
the dice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Because you don't know what's gonna happen. The market could have turned around and shot up higher like a motherfucker. But
Right.
at least like, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do know I bought off. I sold from a double top off the highs and engulfing. That's what I do know.
Yes.
So I
And if
didn't
you were to
sell from
put
the
and by putting your entry on
low.
there, you'll have your stops above those wicks right there, and then you're pretty much golden. Like it didn't
Yeah,
even reach up there at all. So, um,
no, at all.
yeah. But just like you said,
Those
the
are some of
same
the best
thing
setups,
when
like
you
double
enter on that.
bottoms, double tops,
Oh
engulfing.
yeah, yes, those are like you said, those are
Yeah.
the ones that you could play casino and roll the dice. The odds are in
Man,
your favor.
look at this one.
Nuts. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. And what time was that happened?
Midday. Like, no, this is the 4 hour. This happened. That engulfing closed at 9 o'clock. I think. Yeah, 9 o'clock.
So yeah,
So that was
that's a
a
trade
nice
that you
burner.
can hold for the rest of the day and take those profits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be safe and take, or have a stop loss at the next level below, or just
Mm-hmm.
take profit at that new daily open and get another opportunity in.
Yeah, bro. This
Because you always want to have, like, reason why I say either have a stop loss at the next area. And a lot of people, what they do, or let me say that what I used to do, I didn't want to put it at that area because I'm like, oh, it's going to go down and take me out. Why not? And it give you a better opportunity to double down. See, when you at the blackjack table and you betting, you're not gonna go heavy every hand like
you
all
talking
in.
about like hitting a take profit area?
Yeah, a stop loss. Yeah, stop loss area. When you riding a trade for, like, you enter a trade at 9, 10 o'clock, 9 times out of 10, you are going to ride that trade into the next day, into the next session, when it's that late. Now, what I'm saying is, and this is with any trade, you don't want to go, full leverage. I know that sounds like duh, but trust me, people do that. People
Yeah,
continue doing that. Let's just
no
be real with
facts.
ourselves. Greed is is
Very
what it
greedy.
is. Yes, it is what it is. Now, but this type of game is not about that. You got to pace yourself. And when you
Facts.
sitting at the 20, blackjack table, you're not gonna go all in because you might have those opportunities where you can double down.
Mm-hmm.
You can split, split at
Mm-hmm.
8 and stuff like that. So, and this have happened before, sitting at the table, and then you have a fire opportunity, but you got so much to where you got to dig in your pocket just to make it double down when you
Right.
had chips. So it's like always have something on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is not really actually having capital, but take profit at the end of the day. Take those profits. It's going to be a whole new daily candle. So now you can plan ahead instead of still looking at yesterday's traffic and trying to predict the future off of that because you're still in a trade. You know what I'm saying? Like
So you saying like
psychologically, you stuck on that last.
yesterday's move what got
y-
you into the trade.
Yes.
So
So
you saying when that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock comes around, get out of the trade
just
because
get
the
out
new
of
day.
it.
Yeah, get the new day. I mean, really, like you said, you should probably be out before then, like around midnight. I mean noon.
Yes. Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Yes. Yeah. For sure. For
just take
sure.
profits at the end of the day, and,
For
and
sure,
you
for
know
sure.
start to
Or like I
train
said,
yourself to do that.
if you don't do that, then set your stop loss at an area that you securing profits, and then leave.
Right,
Like leave the session. Don't look at the charts. Like do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Which most retail traders are working and got families and all that stuff. So don't
Mm-hmm.
get caught up into that, man. Just realize that you made money. Whatever it does, you are good for that day, and now you can come back the next day with a clear chart, clear head, no entries, and you can do it again. You know,
And I'm gonna tell you one thing too. When you in a trade in the morning and you only have a short window to trade, you don't have like 4 hours to really in front of the charts and just look to, get in and get out and see when it's going against you. If you get in a trade and it don't work out instantly, like you not already in a move and it's going well, 9 times out of 10, when you about to leave and you set all your parameters, 9 times out of 10, if it's depending on where you got in, you'll expect your stops to get hit.
yes,
So with that being said, don't put your stops so high to where if it does hit that high, not only are you in a losing trade with a heavy loss and it's about to hit your stop loss, but you didn't get out soon enough to where you could even capitalize on a reversal going against you.
right.
You know,
Exactly.
if
So
you have the opportunity.
now the profits that you were sitting in for a long time, you thinking it's gonna go to the moon. Now it took your profit away for you, and now you stuck at like a break even situation or something like that. That's why I said whenever you go above 10, lock 10 in, man.
Man, come
And
on.
once it hits, be done. Don't think like, oh man, but it's gonna do this or it can possibly do that, or price does go back into. I don't care about that. You
You
beat the
gotta let
market.
10 be good. Yeah, you gotta let 10 be good because it's not about the pips. It's about your account size, bro.
Yep.
You gotta be good at getting capital. That's all you.
Mm,
Trading is about learning the skill, being disciplined to follow that skill and do the same thing day in and day out, and raising capital. That's it. That's all it is. Just raise capital because once you get the more money in your account, that 10 pips gonna be real good. You're gonna be real happy to take them 10 pips.
yes.
You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
Yes.
So
Practice those habits right now. So when that
facts.
time comes, you won't, you won't be blowing, 100 to 500K account, because trust me, as long as it is for you to make it, it'll only take one trade for all that to get blown away.
Man,
If you're not trading accordingly and you're
and
getting
you
a
over
little too,
leveraging.
yes, man,
Mhm.
like, and that stuff happens.
And that only happens, and I'm gonna tell you when it's gonna happen too. It only is gonna happen when you have a winning streak or a losing streak.
Mm,
And notice both of those words I use streak. When you
streaks.
have, yeah, when you have a continuous of losing trades and you feel it so bad, like man, your reasoning for over leveraging is because you're trying to make back losses.
Yep.
When you having a winning streak and you making all these wins and every trade is working out, your reason for over leveraging because you want to knock it out the park and you want to post on social media that you just
That's a heat
made.
check.
Come on, and that's 9 times. I would say 10 times out of 10, but 9 times 10. That's when you lose all the profits you made for 2 weeks in one
Yep.
trade.
Lose all the profits, and you lose psychologically. So now you feel like you're not even worthy for
Come
anything in
on.
life, and it affects you.
So
So
now you got to build a trade.
yeah, yep,
Mhm.
yep. Now you got to look at, look at your spouse and still act like everything okay with yourself when really you feel like a bag of shit because you didn't
And you got
follow
to
your
watch
plan.
Mark Douglas
And
videos.
you gotta walk much further. You gotta do the same thing over and over. But the crazy thing is, watching a video ain't gonna
Facts.
change anything. It's just gonna make you feel more of an
Nope.
idiot, you know, because you're doing the same thing over and over. They call it what,
Yeah.
insomnia,
Yeah.
not insomnia, but
Insanity.
insanity. Doing the same thing
Yeah.
over and over and expecting.
Expecting a
Come
different.
on, man, you got to switch it up. You have to follow your plan every time. When something drastic happens and stuff like that, you didn't follow your plan. There should be no reason why you should be in drawdown for 20 some. And my thing is this: I'm speaking from some, like I've been in the game for some time, not as nearly as long as six or the greater profitable traders, but this is like a 5 to 10 year game. If you're not willing to play that long game, because that
Yeah.
whole get rich quick, we see what's going on with NFTs and crypto. Like all that stuff is capped. Like yeah, they had
Right.
a couple of people that made their bucks, but even then, you got uh you got crypto platforms, trading platforms and stuff like that that's going under. Dudes,
Come
like
on,
I'm
fraud.
talking, man, like dudes losing like tens of billions in a day. Like
Come on, man. Come
that
on,
is
man.
astronomical. So it's like,
Come on, man.
and that's where I'm at with it. It's
And
like,
it took
okay,
them months to make it.
come on, man.
Months to make it, and they
Yes,
lost it in a day.
yes. Pump and dump, man.
Come on,
Pump
bro.
and dump. And so I say that to say, be patient. I can't stress that enough. Be patient.
In life,
Yes, with everything,
be
because
patient with trades.
what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You rushing to get what you want, a certain amount, a capital. You know, if that's the case, man, just work hard and save your money. And then once you get
That's why I
that, then
said go
kick back.
raise that shit.
Yeah, like go
Facts.
do a fundraiser, go fund me if you just want to
Do
hit
a
a certain amount of
fundraiser.
number, because this is I don't know, man. It's not really a numbers game with this. It's just, I mean, I guess you can say it is, but um, as far as like hitting a certain amount, yeah, you could have milestones in this, but ain't really no quitting. This is something that can continue to grow, and this is a means of income. Like
No, big facts.
this
And you
ain't the
got to
end
treat it
all
as
be
such.
all. Yeah, yeah,
You know, eh, the way you trade, the same type of discipline, it's only gonna reflect, the type of discipline you got in your life. If your life is disciplined and you have a healthy type of lifestyle and a wealthy type of lifestyle and mindset, it's gonna transfer into your trading. Because the ability to even be disciplined and consistent to do the same thing over and over, you know, with ease and to take the emotions out, not in the form of insanity doing the same thing because we're not expecting that. When you expecting different results trying to do the same thing, like now we know the result. The result will be a win or a loss. But all we got to do is do the same thing over and over to put our odds in our favor to be more of a winner than a loser. Because you're gonna be a winner and a loser. You can't get past that. That's gonna happen. But
yep.
the
And
ability to be consistent and be disciplined and to only take the good trades over the bad ones, that's what's gonna put you in more wins than losses.
yeah, I mean, to keep it G, you are going to lose more in the beginning. You are going to lose more than you win. And once you get it, you still are going to lose more than what you win. The game
Big
is,
facts.
are your winners bigger than your losers? If you
Big
have
fact.
that
I
down
like you
pack,
said that.
you you will be great. Like if
I
you
like how
have
you
that
said
down
that.
pack, yes,
Because you
yes,
could lose 10 times and win one and be profitable.
and be profitable. Yep, for the day, for the
Mm-hmm.
week, you know.
Yep.
And that is why I went from
And then I'm glad you said that too, because you should not want to be profitable every day. Don't think that way.
mm-mm,
Think more in terms of weekly and monthly.
yep,
And really, when you get up in account size, you really want to look at your monthly. You don't even want to care about weeks because weeks just gonna happen. You gonna know how weeks start to mend with each other and how weeks turn into months, and you're gonna
yep,
be looking more at the higher time frames, 4 hour daily,
yep,
for your trades and your interests because you're gonna be more calm with yourself because one, you damn sure don't need the money, so you're not trading for money. You trade to just increase wealth.
yes,
So to increase wealth, you got to mitigate losses, and not have so much of your risk, so large to where you can't make it back from a loss because losses will diminish your account. True, you will lose money. Your account will be smaller, but if you keep pushing that same trade idea, when it works out, it's going to work out big because you trading off of a highly profitable and highly probable trading pattern. And it's I ain't gonna say how many it is. There's so many trading patterns that you could pick from to trade from. Like pick one, but they all typically work. You just gotta find the best times that they work. Do your back testing and and put it into action. Simple as that, bro. This shit is easy as fuck.
yeah.
It's simple. It's
It's
not
simple.
easy. It's simple.
Yes, you want to make it simple, because naturally, you work hard, work really hard to get your money. Like if it ain't like sweating bricks, smelling like grease or dirt on your hands and stuff like that, you ain't earn nothing. You ain't work hard. But it doesn't.
Right.
That's not the case for a lot of things. You ever heard that saying, "Work smarter, not harder." This is that.
Come on.
A prime example of that.
Hmm. See what the news talking about right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday. We have no news on Monday. Tuesday, all high news for Australian dollar. We got the governor having a speech 1 o'clock in the morning. So expect some shifting going on. And we got some early evening news on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got durable goods in the morning. Initial jobless claims coming on Wednesday.
Take profit just hit.
Continuous jobless claims. Take profit just hit. Oh, I'm about to hit mine. But I know what I will do. Put my stop loss. All right. So yeah, we got continuous jobless claims and initial jobless claims on Wednesday now. S&P Global Manufacturing new home sales, Michigan Consumer Center FOMC. Wednesday is gonna be a burner.
Yeah. Wednesday is gonna be either a burner or a no trade day.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a no trade day. I'm gonna just call that because you got Thursday, you got Thanksgiving, so that's holidays. Like nobody is trading. This is all algos. Let me put that out. Let me point that out.
Yes. And nobody, another thing.
There's no institutional, no big banks. This none of them introducing any trades, and this is all algorithmic trading that they have just running their computers, just adding to positions when it gets to certain prices. That's why you go see price jumps and all that shit. Like them niggas is on vacation.
So, and this is another thing I want to ask you. Would this be something that they're on vacation from here? Like you probably won't see the big banks and hedge funds trading per se, like
In
going
December,
into next year. Not even in December. Like I think they're on vacation from, well, no, December. I can see them doing
yeah,
something.
they gonna be back in the office. They
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
doing anything and all, setting up. They still gotta,
Make money.
make money and set certain targets maybe they're trying to hit, and also relinquish certain debts and get certain tax write-offs so they can look good on paper for the following year.
Got you.
That's why everything is on sale. That's why a lot of banks relinquish a lot of properties and REO properties around November, December, because they want to get all that shit off their books so they could look better on paper for next year. So the shareholders are happy, stock price is happy, profits is happy.
Okay.
You got less debt, but you made more money, so you look better.
Right.
They're gonna make money, but they don't want to have all that debt. They want to get all that shit off.
Yeah.
They'd rather have a performing asset than a dead asset. That's why they like to give out loans and shit.
I hear that. Yeah,
But yeah,
Wednesday's a
next week.
burner.
This is next week, just to look. I mean, I ain't gonna talk about it too much, but we got a full week of trading, and it looks like we got NFP too. So this week is gonna be a slight week. I'm gonna just call it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a slight week. Just take it easy. It's the holiday week. Take it easy, man.
Yeah. Birdman hand rub. That's all I gotta say.
Big fat. I hid.
Well, so and then because honestly, this could be a super sale on a sale on sales. Just looking at the weekly, the counter that we have to fill, the 4 hour looks lovely. The daily looks buttery.
Yeah, I
heading
see
down
that.
to 65, 65.10, 65.15 area. And that's what I'm looking for this week. Yes, it is a holiday week. But
You say
when
65 10? Okay.
yeah, when things kind of slow down, um, you got bank holidays and stuff like that. Just look at the larger time frame as far as like traffic, and sometimes you can just go in a weekly coma.
Big facts.
I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying what I've seen happen last year during this so-called nine recession, going from inflation, and we just tapping into those areas like what Six said in the beginning of the stream. We heading for those COVID lows, man. We gotta touch that traffic before we come, and we don't have to break. I don't know if we breaking through that smashing. I don't know about all that, but we will tap into those
That's next
areas.
year.
That's next year. Yeah,
That's next year. That's next
yeah,
year. I don't see that. I mean, I'm looking at the weekly right now. What we got? What, 5 more weekly candles? Those weekly candles would have to be pure racehorses to tap down into this low.
yeah,
You know, look at that. The weekly got to be burners. So that's year.
yeah.
Yes, I could see us coming down here. I could see that, but that's a long shot to tap down into that area.
Right.
But what I do see on the weekly is I would like to see it close below the low wick of last week. That would be nice. You know, we kind of been rejecting that.
Can we feel that weekly candle, that big bullish weekly candle? Can we feel that?
This one
Yes.
all day. They
Yeah.
could do that on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and that news could just like dupe and
Yeah.
pop back up. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
all day.
So
Fuck, if that's the case, I feel like, well, I ain't gonna say that's kind of far. But I was gonna say news could make it pop all the way down here, but I don't know. I mean, what would make the market drop like that? The dollar strengthening, right?
true.
So we not gonna get no more interest rate increases this month. So I don't see that happening this month with the news that's about to come out. NFP will be coming out. Then we got CPI in December. We got that's the next 2 weeks. So I feel like we could get into them lows next week, next month.
Okay. Yeah.
Not this week though. I
No,
just
I
don't
feel that. I feel that.
see it. I mean, it's the end of the month and we got a holiday, so
Hmm.
yeah, I don't see that. I really don't see that. Everybody is traveling. I mean, I've been dropping people off at the airport. They going to Cabo, like they going where it's hot at.
Damn, bro. I love it. I love it. Travel to change the climate, man.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
No, that's lovely.
Have Christmas on the
Yeah.
beach.
We were talking that. That's definitely
Yeah,
future endeavor. And then we gonna have to go up there in the mountains for a white Christmas.
no, no, big facts.
But yeah, no, that was yeah, it's gonna be a nice week. I mean, it was already a great start. Like I think that was an easy 20 something
Oh yeah, that's
pips.
20 out there. That's all 20s.
So yeah, like realistically, I could easily be done for the week. I would say in the future, like stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like you got to be patient right now, because in the future, these 10 to 20, come on, man. Like let's just be real with ourselves. You
Unless
can,
if I went heavy on a trade like this on a Sunday, I wouldn't say I would be done, but I feel where you coming from.
yeah,
One trade could make you done for the week.
yes,
Yeah, you don't have to trade all week.
mm-mm. You shouldn't.
Because I mean, if you a real financier, you should have your money in other gaming asset growing vehicles. You know, all
Yeah.
your money, all your wealth shouldn't be in a trading account. You know, if this is something you enjoy, you like to figure things out, you like to see what the market gonna do, you know, all that shit. You know, I really like doing this, so that's a joy. You know, and you can make a lot of money doing it. Do that,
Yeah.
but don't, you know, don't have $20 million in a damn trading account.
No, 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 no. Yeah, that's crazy.
If you're gonna have $20 million, put it in an apartment complex.
Yes. Yes.
That way you can really sleep good at night knowing you getting them M's
Yes.
every
Don't,
year.
don't have to lift a finger. Don't have to.
Come on, man.
Yeah. You
And
might
you
got to
feel good
sign.
because you're providing housing for people.
Yep.
Come on. Real estate is the gateway.
Yep.
But yeah, man, we're gonna close it on out. I feel like if
Another.
you know, if markets could continue lower, we should see a bearish week. If we break below these lows on the daily, which is right here, last
Mm.
week's lows, which I think can do that. It's definitely gonna feel that week. I mean, breaking that low, that's a that's an easy task for the market to do. It's just will we develop structure on a 1 hour
Yes. Exactly.
into a bearish move? Are we just gonna be consolidating? Because I already said what it could do. I laid it out to where it could bounce up, come back down, take out these highs, come down again, tap into this, and then sell off. You know, that's what it could do. You know, the following week. But
Right.
you know, or really it could do it this week. That's what I mean. It could do it this week. So we just got to see how it plays out. Are we gonna drop from here? Or are we gonna dance a little bit? If
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna say we go dance. With all this holiday and shit going on, I'm gonna say we
Yeah.
go dance a little bit before we drop.
I think we go drop.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because we
we got plenty
started.
of traffic.
We started dropping. You
Yeah,
know,
from last week.
from last week, and if the
Yeah,
four
that
hour
drop
has
right there.
too much of a clean track, my main thing, let this 4 hour candle close
Clean
below that.
traffic.
Yes. Once that 4 hour candle
Yeah, right.
closes, then yes, then it's gonna be good. Will it retest back into that area? Yes. And
Yeah,
then in that case, stay in the positions or
you
take
got more
profits.
sales.
Yes, you'll have more sales off the daily. And yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
you might be good. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying enter sales and go in a coma for the week. Like, no, I'm
Nah,
not saying that. I'm saying wait
nah.
for um, wait for price, wait for structure, wait till the market gives you an opportunity. This is no opportunity right now.
I wouldn't
You
say
know.
you good with going into any type of coma on the 1 hour until we close below this level right here. If we close below this level, then we for sure go fill all this traffic. But
True.
until we get like closing below here, that it could entice sellers to go all the way down here, and the market could just be filling more buy orders right here and push up higher, and everybody be stopped out.
Yeah,
You know, that's an
it's
easy
going
play.
to respect those areas to the left, like just give you some rejection.
Mm-hmm.
But because that is so far to the left, I don't think it's going to be super, super strong. If it does give you a rejection, it's going to go right back up to, let's say, 66.20 or something like that. And then it's going to
Right up on
continue
here.
going down. Yeah. And the reason why I think is because of the 4 hour being so clean. If the 4 hour wasn't so clean, then I would have been like, yeah, I could see it rejecting hard, but because it's so clean, I
Right.
can see it going all the way down to at least like
64 flat.
65, 65.30. And the reason why I say that high is
Oh, okay,
because
because it's double.
yes,
It's recent support that turned resist. I
yes,
mean, recent resistance that turned support after it broke. So yeah, I see
yes.
that.
And if you
Yeah, I
mark
see
that
that.
line up, mark that line right there, and then go to the higher time frame, and really is going to confirm why I would say, um, have your take profit right there on the 4 hour.
Oh yeah, sweet spot. Because that's
Sweet
the box
spot.
of consolidation right here. That was resistance.
Yeah,
Resistance right here.
yeah,
Resistance right here. So yeah, I see that. So
yeah.
I'm gonna keep that right there.
So yeah, and that same
So
here. Like I got that marked up. So um that's what I'm looking for this week. I really think price can and just like you said, that may be a Wednesday move. Now, will it close down there for the week and it'll be a solid? I don't know. I don't really care. But what I do
right,
see happening is this price moving in that
going down.
direction. Yes.
Yeah.
And my job is to be available for that move. Let the market gives me um an opportunity, a signal, and then I'll take that move. If I'm not available,
Oh,
that's one that I'm gonna have to be okay with missing. You got to be okay with sitting down on the bench when you're not feeling
man,
all that good. You know,
the fear of missing out
yes,
is
FOMO,
real.
FOMO.
It'll make you want to go in the market and just put the house on it because you know it's going down. As soon as you do that, that's exactly where it's about to bounce from every
Yeah.
test.
So yeah, man, the bus always comes back around, man.
Man, come
The
on.
bus always come back around. You might be 15, 30 minutes late to your job, but you ain't gonna go
Right.
home. You're not gonna go catch the local, be at the bus stop, and then people like, oh yeah, the bus already left. You ain't gonna go back home. You just be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna wait on the next
No.
bus.
Facts. Because I got to get to work.
Gotta get to work. You gotta get to the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
You gotta make your
Come
bread,
on,
daily bread.
man. Nah, real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's another way. I like to break it down into layman terms because believe me, this stuff was super, super confusing. Six presented this to me. What that was? 2000. What that was? That was
18,
2018.
17,
17, 17,
17,
17. Yeah, because
18.
that was around the mix when
Yeah.
crypto was going crazy.
Yeah, we
We'll
got into
we'll
Big
talk we'll talk about
Connect.
that. We'll talk about that on another live. Oh my gosh, we could spend 3 hours on that. But
Bro,
when you presented that to me, I told you straight up, man. I was like, I'm no, like I'm gonna look into
yeah,
this, but I can't do this right now.
yeah, but
Like,
yeah, you're an artist, man.
yeah,
You was a real artist.
yeah, man.
That's what's up.
But
Well,
but
shit, we're
yeah,
gonna
man.
monitor these moves, man. We'll keep in touch in the chat on Telegram.
Yes,
And we're gonna be out, man. We're gonna see y'all next Sunday.
y'all be good, man. Be easy, take it easy, and happy turkey.
Big facts.
Peace out,
All
family.
right, brother.
All right,
Peace out.
love.